Hello everyone. Today we are cooking Kutabs with cheese and herbs. The thinnest dough, delicious filling, everything is flavored with melted butter on top. It's very tasty. First of all, you need to make the dough. For it, we take 300 grams of flour, 200 milliliters of water, 1 tablespoon of odorless sunflower oil and half a teaspoon of salt. In a bowl for kneading dough, I pour flour, salt and pour oil. I pour the water into a ladle and bring it to a boil. I pour it into a bowl. I mix it with a spatula or spoon so that all the flour is moistened. I mix until the dough cools down enough so that you can knead with your hands. The dough is soft, not sticky. I knead it until it cools down. At the end, you should get a soft and smooth lump of dough. I put it in a plastic bag for 20 to 30 minutes while I prepare the filling. For the filling, I took 200 grams of suluguni and 200 grams of cottage cheese. There may be options here, any pickled cheese will also work. More greens, I have dill and parsley, you can also add cilantro. I grate suluguni on a fine grater. Finely chop the greens. I add cottage cheese to the cheese here. Choose a drier cottage cheese. Mix well and add salt to taste. The filling is ready. I mix the finished dough, it may be a little wet. I divide it into 8 pieces. I roll up every piece of dough. I cover it and you can form Kutabs. The table is generously sprinkled with flour. I roll out the dough ball into a round thin layer with a diameter of about 25 centimeters. The dough is soft, comfortable to work with, does not shrink. Half of the circle I put 50 grams of filling or 2 tablespoons without a slide. I distribute without reaching the edge. I cover the second half of the dough. And now the important point is to remove the air from the cake. I press it with my hand. Pinching the edges. I cut the excess dough with a curly knife. So you need to form all the Kutabs. I first form and then fry. I put them on a paper towel, you can just put them on the table sprinkled with flour. I heat the frying pan well. I fry Kutabs without oil until the dough is lightly burnt on both sides, about 2 minutes on each side. If, after being turned over, it swells, I cut the neat upper dough with a knife. The heating of the frying pan is average, I have the 6th mode out of 9. I stack the finished Kutabs and lubricate it with melted or melted butter. If you don't have a large frying pan, then plan 9 or 10 Kutabs in advance. I cover the finished Kutabs with a bowl or lid and let them steam for 5 to 10 minutes. Well, you can make the sauce. For the sauce, I take 100 grams of yogurt or low-fat sour cream, add a little greens and half a clove of garlic passed through the press. Salt to taste. Very thin and soft dough, juicy filling. Just a miracle, not Kutabs. Be sure to cook. That's all, have a good cooking and see you again.